Imagine a world where everything just stops. For 1 minute, no internet, no phones, no AI, not even electricity. A complete technological blackout. What would you do? At first, you'd probably smile, right? Think it's just a tiny glitch, a momentary hiccup in the system. But then, as the seconds tick by, that smile would fade. A ripple of confusion would spread across the globe. Cars would glide to a halt in the middle of highways. Your bright, vibrant screens would all turn to black mirrors. The smart home you rely on would fall into a deep, unsettling silence. The hum of servers, the chatter of notifications, the constant buzz of modern life, all gone. An unfamiliar, almost deafening quiet would descend upon the entire planet. In that 1 minute, something extraordinary would begin to happen. Slowly, almost reluctantly, people would look up from the phones that were suddenly just lifeless blocks of glass and metal. Parents, maybe for the first time that day, would truly see their children sitting right beside them, not through a screen, but with their own eyes. Friends gathered together would see each other's faces, the real expressions, the little quirks, instead of the filtered, curated versions on their feeds. The silence would feel awkward at first, a void that we've forgotten how to fill. But beneath the discomfort, a sense of calm would emerge, a feeling of reality. Picture this. In that minute, our reliance on technology is put to the ultimate test. Inhospital's chaos could erupt, but it doesn't. Instead, doctors and nurses, stripped of their advanced machinery, fall back on their fundamental skills. Their training, their human intuition. They listen to heartbeats with old-fashioned stethoscopes. They comfort patients with a gentle touch and reassuring words. The machines may be silent, but the healing continues, powered by pure human expertise and compassion. Out on the streets, the traffic lights are dark, creating a gridlock of silent vehicles. But look closer. Instead of honking and frustration, you see something else. You see people getting out of their cars. Neighbors who have lived side by side for years without ever speaking are now helping each other navigate the chaos. A young person offers an arm to an elderly stranger, guiding them safely across the street. A child, unafraid, takes an old man's hand. In that moment, for the first time in a very long time, humans are trusting other humans. Not an app, not a system, not an algorithm. They're relying on kindness, on shared vulnerability, on the simple, unspoken contract of looking out for one another. That single, quiet minute would be a profound revelation. It would hold up a mirror to all of us, showing just how deeply dependent we've become. Technology has undeniably made our lives faster, smarter, and incredibly convenient. It connects us across oceans and gives us access to all of human knowledge. But the reflection in that dark screen would also show us what we've lost. It would reveal the distance that has grown between us, the subtle ways we've outsourced our connections, our memories, and even our empathy to the digital world. Lights would flicker on, painting the world in their familiar artificial glow. AI systems would reboot, their cool, calculated voices returning to our homes and cars. The digital world, with all its power and allure, would wake from its short nap. Everything would seem to be back to normal. But would it be? For those who lived through that minute, something fundamental would have shifted. A seed of awareness would be planted. They would look at their devices differently. They'd understand, on a gut level, that while technology is an incredible, powerful tool, it should never, ever be allowed to replace our humanity. They would remember the feeling of that quiet minute. They'd remember the warmth of a hand, the look in a stranger's eyes, the sound of a real conversation. This experience would teach us a vital lesson. Machines can store infinite amounts of data, but they can't feel love. AI can predict our behavior with stunning accuracy, but it can't understand a simple act of kindness. A computer can process logic, but it will never comprehend the depth of human emotion. The future isn't a battle of humans versus technology. It's not about choosing one over the other. The true path forward is about finding balance. From that day on, people would make a conscious choice. They would continue to use technology to build, to create, to learn, and to connect. But they would also remember the power of disconnecting. They'd set aside their phones during dinner. They'd take walks in nature without a screen in front of their face. They'd prioritize real-life conversations. They would use technology as the incredible tool it is, but never again as their master. Because the ultimate upgrade isn't a faster processor or a smarter algorithm. The ultimate upgrade is remembering how to be human. It's about using technology wisely, without ever losing our hearts. What do you think? If this happened tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do in that 1 minute of silence? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more food for thought. See you next time.